promised, in this video I will tell you what anime I will be watching during the summer 2015 season. Now, before I get started, I have two things to say. First of all, if you have my anime list account, feel free to add me. As you can see, my account name is Dark Skilling, and I should take a sip of water, actually. Okay, so yeah, just feel free to add me if you want to. If you're interested in, I don't know, seeing what I've watched and how up to date or not up to date I am. And yeah, so and the second thing, last season, in the video, well, I don't know how many I showed, but at first I started watching 20 anime, but then I quickly realized that was too many for me. I can't watch that many anime at the same time. I end up, not being up to date on all of them, really. So I dropped about half of them, and I figured that watching 10 anime is the maximum that I can do while, staying up to date and not getting confused and stuff. So this season, this is what I'm doing. I am watching 10 anime, but I also, there's also a lot of older anime that I want to watch that I never have the chance to. So I decided to do a compromise. From the currently airing season, I will only be watching 5 anime, and then I will also watch 5 anime that are already done airing, all, around 12 episodes or so. They're all the same length as one season of anime, one core series. So first I'll show you those that I'm going to watch from this season, and after that, the other 5. And that's why I'm doing a video on my anime list, instead of just, looking at the new at this season's shows and telling you. Also, I guess that's going to be more than 10 animes, because there's those that I'm currently watching. It's technically 3, it's just that I haven't finished one of the show from last season. Although it is finished, so it's going to be 3. There's going to be One Piece left, Food Wars or Shokugeki no Sama, and Ore Monogatari. And then there's also Danmachi, or is it okay to pick up girls in a dungeon, which is done airing, but I haven't watched the last episode just yet. I probably will today though. Anyways, let's get started. So the first show is probably not going to surprise many people. Dragon Ball Super. Obviously, Dragon Ball was a big part of my childhood, like most people. Although for me it was more the manga, because when I went to the library as a kid, I saw the Dragon Ball manga and I read all of them multiple times. Whereas I only, watched the show as a teenager. Actually, I was past 18, so as an adult. Anime-wise, I really liked the first part, Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball Z, I'm actually not done watching it. I only have the Buu saga left, but as I said, I've read the manga multiple times, so I can still watch this. Also, I haven't watched GT, but that's fine, because this takes place after Dragon Ball Z. It has nothing to do with GT, so that's good. But yeah, I don't know how many episodes this is gonna be, but it should be pretty good. At least I'm hoping. So that's the first show that I will watch. Next, Million Doll. I guess I might as well read the synopsis. I didn't need for Dragon Ball, but for this I might as well. Million Doll revolves around Suko, an idol-loving hikikomori shut-in, who has one ability: to make any idol popular through the power of plugging. She puts her sights on the Fukuoka idol Itorio and tries to make her sell more, but she is impeded by the charismatic idol Ryu-san and the underground idol Mariko. So from what I understand, this idol show is based more on the fan part of idols, not the idols themselves, or not the music part of idols, which actually I'm fine with. I like the series that shows more the how things work, and shows the quote unquote dirty side of things instead of just showing the what we see as fans. So if it's anything like Loco Doll, I think I'm gonna enjoy it. From what I understand, it shows the fact that the idols have to sell their own merch and do a lot of things by themselves if they want to just survive. And now it's gonna show the fan perspective of those things. So if it's like that, it sounds really promising to me. Of course, I would be fine with another just music show, but I'm really happy that it's gonna be more about the inner side instead of the external side. Now the next one is the second season, Non Biyori Repeat. Now I really loved the first season. It's really up my alley, just a slice of life in rural Japan. Wow. I really love I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I really love the first season, so I can't wait to start watching the second one. I don't know how many episodes this is going to be, but we will see. I guess I could go on the first season just to read the description. This is not the first season, but this is just the OVA, which I have not watched actually. So maybe I should watch it or not. I'll add it to my list. I'll put it in watching, so I watch it first. Prequel, there we go. Elementary school student Hotaru Hichijo has moved with her parents from Tokyo to the middle of the country. Now she must adapt to her new school, where there are a total of 5 students in the same class who range through elementary and middle school ages. Join their everyday adventures in the countryside. Yeah, this is a really fun show. It's really relaxing to watch, and it's just fun. Also, I just noticed the non part. Just those 3 characters. It kind of looks like the Larry face. Kind of. Is it Larry or Lenny? I can't remember. But the creepy Reddit face. But yeah. So non repeat. Next up, Overlord. The story begins with Yggdrasil, a popular online game which is quietly shut down one day. However, the protagonist, Momonga, decides to not log out. Momonga is then transformed into the image of a skeleton as the most powerful wizard. I'm guessing this skeleton here. The world continues to change, with non-player characters, NPCs, beginning to feel emotion. Having no parents, friends, or place in society, this ordinary young man, Momonga, then strives to take over the new world the game has become. So ever since Sword Art Online, I've been, really liking the online game anime. Well, it's more not because I didn't enjoy them before that, but because I didn't know of them. I didn't know they existed. I enjoyed Sword Art Online, even though it was disappointing, but it was very entertaining to watch. I also really liked Log Horizon, so I figured I would give this one a chance. I know there's more than those, but I'm just saying those are the ones I've watched. And it's done by Madhouse, and so far I haven't been disappointed by Madhouse. That was Parasite, that was an amazing adaptation. Ore Monogatari, that's currently airing, that's amazing. And there's probably more that I just don't know about. But yeah, so I'm gonna give this a try because it sounds really interesting. last one for the currently airing show. Ranpo Kitan came of Laplace, or Laplace, I'm not sure. What's the Japanese? Oh, it's just that. The story takes place at a certain middle school where several murder cases take place. Kobayashi, a boy who goes to this school, meets genius detective Akaji, who comes to the school to investigate. Kobayashi takes an interest in Akaji, and in spite of his friend Hashiba's worries, he volunteers to be Akaji's assistant. So this is a mystery show, and I like mystery shows. You know, I really don't like horror and thriller type of thing, but for some reason, anime-wise, I really enjoy them. They still scare the shit out of me, but you know, because it's anime, it's not as bad as watching movies and stuff like that. And I really like the mystery part of it. You know, it's not just gore for no reason, if there even is any. I don't see horror in the type, it's just mystery. But when there is some sort of horror, like in Higurashi, for example, or Uminiko, I don't mind it as much because there's it's not just for that. But yeah, this sounds really interesting, so I figured I would give this a try. Now, of course, at first there was more series that interested me, but since I decided to drop it to 5, those are the 5 that I'm actually pretty excited about. The other ones were more it sounds good, so maybe I'll give it a try. So that's why I kept those 5. Now, for those that have already aired, first one, this one has been on my plan to watch list pretty much since I've made my anime list account. F, A Tale of Memories. I know there's a sequel, but I don't know if I'm gonna like it or not, so I'm just putting the first part. On Christmas Eve, Hirono's bike is stolen by a girl chasing a thief who stole her purse. He gives chase and finds her unconscious, and his bike ruined. The girl, Miyako Miyamura, soon awakes, and the two begin to talk. After making sure she is okay, they end up spending Christmas Eve together. Later, Hiro finds out Miyako attends the same school as him, and they begin to spend more and more time together. Miyako developing affections for Hiro. Kei Shindo, Hiro's childhood friend, who has long held a crush on him, begins to become jealous, and a love triangle follows. Now, honestly, I have no idea if I'm gonna like it, but it says it's mystery, which I like, and romance, which I also like, although I'm not a very big fan of love triangles. But who knows? Also, it's it's done by Shaft, so that's good. And yeah, it's rated pretty good, and the original reason I added it was because I liked the art style. Honestly, that's why. And there's a prequel. What is this? It says prologue. Okay, it's just the one episode. Okay, that's okay. But yeah, and also, it was recommended. It's recommended on compared to True Tears, which I think I've watched. And there's Clannad, which I really like, and Canon, which I also really like. So that's why it's on my list, and I figured it was about time I watched it. So next up, Kin no Saji. This is another slice of life in rural Japan, as you can see from the cow. Silver Spoon. Yugo Hachiken dreams of life separated from his family, so he takes the initiative by enrolling in an agriculture school. He thinks with his talent in studying, no problems will arise no matter what kind of school he attends. He is proven wrong very quickly. Raised as a city boy, he is forced to uncover the inconvenient truth about agricultural life enjoy the story of Hachiken as he tries to keep up with his new friends, farmers' heirs, who are already accustomed to the harsh world of farming. With no clear goals or understanding of farming life, how will Hachiken survive the new, cruel reality? The story of a sweat, tear, and mud-stained youth begins. Now, I really like this sort of anime. As I said, there's none on BOD. This is also similar to Barakamon, a guy used to, say life moving to a very rural place. And it's also, very similar to Norin, which I really liked. It's both, in an agricultural school, and they both have main characters who come from the city to study in said school, and they both have main characters running away from something. So I feel like it's gonna be very, very interesting, and I'm sure I'm gonna love it. And also, it has a second season, and because I'm sure I will love it, that's why I'm including a second season too in my 5 shows. I guess if I end up not liking it, maybe I'll watch season 2 of F, or maybe I will watch season 2 of F. Because as much as I tell myself that, I'm gonna watch 1 episode or 5 episodes per week, 1 per week for the currently airing, and then pick one of the other 5 shows and watch 5 episodes. So it adds up to the same as 10 per week. Chances are, if I get really into a show, I'm gonna watch more than 5. So it's possible that I'll be able to watch more than this, but this is just, what I want to try to watch. So obviously, like I said, the third one is the second season of Kin no Saji. Next, the fourth one, Kiniro Mosaic. This aired only 2 years ago, and I've just heard about it a lot on Reddit. I see it mentioned a lot, or with GIFs and stuff. And again, there's a sequel, but it's not in my list. The story begins with Omiya Shinobu, a 15-year-old, seemingly pure Japanese girl who actually did a homestay in Great Britain. Even after coming back to Japan, she still misses her time overseas. One day, an airmail letter arrives from Alice, the girl in Shinobu's host family in Great Britain. The letter reads, "Shinobu, I'm coming to Japan." The Japanese-British girls mixed comedy follows the lives of Shinobu, Alice, and other girls from both Japan and Great Britain. So it's a comedy, school, slice of life type of show, which, if you haven't figured by now, I do like slice of life shows. So I figured it was worth a try. And I've seen a lot of gifs from it, and it looks pretty cute. So, yeah. And last but not least, Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. When I went to Japan a year ago, actually it's almost a year and a half ago now, wow, I met up, with one of my American friends, someone who I had never seen before, but the point is, he told me that I should definitely watch this show. It was one of his favorites, and he thought I would enjoy it. Now, a year and a half later, I'm finally kind of watching it. Because it sounds really interesting, and it is very scary. Not as in, oh, it's a scary show, horror, but it's scary with how realistic it is. The premise of the project is the 70% possibility that a magnitude 7 earthquake will occur in Tokyo in the next 30 years. The anime depicts what would happen if an 8.0 earthquake took place. The story centers on Mirai, a middle school freshman girl who goes to Tokyo's artificial Odaiba Island for a robot exhibition with her brother Yuki at the start of summer vacation. A powerful tremor emanates from an ocean trench. The famed Tokyo Tower and Rainbow Bridge crumble and fall, and the landscape of Tokyo changes in an instant. With the help of a motorcycle delivery woman named Maddie, who they meet on Odaiba, Mirai and Yuki strive to head back to their Setagaya home in western Tokyo. So it shows what, from what I understand, a very realistic look at what would happen if a magnitude 8 earthquake took place in Tokyo, which is very likely to happen soon because there are huge earthquake happening in Japan every like few hundred years or something. And apparently the strong earthquake is very due right now. It's the longest time. I don't remember how many years it's been since the last one, but it's the longest gap ever recorded between big earthquake. So chances are it's gonna happen soon enough, and it's gonna be very big. So it's very scary to think about it, but it's also very, interesting. So I'm very looking forward to watching this. Actually, this might be the first one that I watch out of the 5. So I'm just gonna do a little recap. For the currently airing, there's going to be Dragon Ball Super, Dragon Ball Cho, Million Doll, Non Non Beauty Repeat, Overlord, and the Danbo-Kitan Game of Laplace. Now for the non-airing ones, F, A Tale of Memories, and maybe the sequels. Kin no Sachi and Kin no Sachi second season. Kin Iro. Oh, right, I said it was Kin Iro, but it's Kin Iro. Kin Iro Mosaic. And last, Tokyo Magnitude 8.0. So, if you're watching, currently airing shows, let me know what you are planning on watching or what you're already watching. I know there's a lot more shows that are probably going to be very good. Like, there was Gangsta that looked like it was going to be pretty good, but it didn't make my cut based on what I enjoy. And if you want, you can definitely give me suggestion, but I'm probably not going to watch them this season. That's for sure. And also, if you're watching anime that's not currently airing, I'd be interested in knowing what you're watching. And if you have any recommendation, again, just let me know. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Bye.